Alrighty, friends, here you go. We are going to look at 4-5 day 2. We're still going to be getting equations into that slope-intercept form that we talked about earlier. But now once we get that form, we're not just going to be saying what the slope and intercept are. We're going to be graphing them. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to get the y equals mx plus b form. And we practiced that yesterday. So once I have that, I'm going to kind of go back to what we did 2 days ago. I'm going to use that 0b, the y-intercept, as my start point. So 2 days ago, you would get a point to start with. So now that start point just is going to be your b value. And then after you have a start point, you're going to use, that doesn't say use, you're going to use the slope, which is your m value, to move and count to other points. So it's kind of just a combination of what we've done the last 2 days. So I'll basically look at my equation once I have it in that slope-intercept form, and I will start here, whatever this value is, on the y-axis, and then I will move according to this slope value. So I'm going to do 4 examples for you. You won't always have to do this, and actually on the IXL, I think that you probably won't have to do it much at all, if at all, but I want to make sure we know how to do it for our future. So this one is in slope-intercept form. My slope is the -1/2, and my y-intercept or b value is a 4, which means that on the y-axis, I'm going to start at, I'm going to make this bigger because I'm old, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my start point. Because the slope is -1/2, it means that I would travel down 1 over 2, keeping in mind that you always travel to the right. So if I go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, then that's going to be the points that define my line. And I'm going to do my very best to create the line that goes through those. All right. So this one is also in slope-intercept form already. So I can see from here that my slope is 3 and my y-intercept is -5. So this is where I'm going to start on the y at -5. So here's where negative y's are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with a slope of 3, I'm going to move up because it's positive, 3, and then over 1 because a whole number is the same as being over 1. So from my start point, I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, over 1 to the right, up 1, 2, 3, over 1, 1, 2, 3, over 1, up 1, 2, 3, over 1. You don't need 1,000 points. I just do because then I can graph it a little bit better. If I only have 1 or 2 and I don't have a straight edge on me, then it's easier if I have more points to kind of follow. So what you'll have to do is be really precise, because I'm not going to be like looking at your graph, and if you just kind of have this wobbly thing going anywhere, I'm not going to give you the points. So make sure that you make it really obvious, like, hello, I am starting down here at -5, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. You know, get some of these points really plotted well, because I'm going to be looking at those specifics to make sure you seem like you know what you're doing. So here, I'm going to need to get it into slope-intercept form because I don't currently have that. So we're going to go back to what we practiced yesterday. Trying to get this part alone, I need to add 2x to both sides so that this is gone. And then here, keep in mind that I'm trying to get mx plus b, I want the x part first and then the number. I got to get rid of that 3, so I'm going to divide through, and I'm going to get my slope-intercept form as y equals 2/3 x plus 4. So that is going to be my slope-intercept equation, and now my slope is the 2/3 because it's in front of the x. My y-intercept is 4, so I'm going to start here on the y. So here's my y-axis, up 1, 2, 3, 4 is my start point. And then this is going to tell me how to move. And I'm going to move up because it's positive, 2, and then over 3 to the right. So I go to my start point, I go up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, and then I connect those to get my line graphed properly. All right, grand finale, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's take a look at this very last one. Again, I need to get it into slope-intercept form. This one's tricky, but to get rid of a positive x, I actually have to subtract x. So I'm left with negative 2y equals negative x, and then the minus 6 that was already there. So that can be a little tricky. I'm dividing each piece by negative 2 because I need to get rid of that so the y can be alone. Now in this part right here, keep in mind that that's a 1 in front. The negatives cancel. So I end up with 1/2 x. And here, negative 6 divided by negative 2 will turn into a positive 3. So I'm going to have this as my slope-intercept form. Slope is in front of x. Y-intercept is after x. I'm going to start here at 3 on the y-axis. So here's my y-axis, positive 1, 2, 3 is right there. And then here, because it's positive, I'm going to move 1 up because it's positive, and then over 2. So from my start point, up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2, and so on. So this one's not very steep because the slope is only 1/2, which makes it less steep than others. So, alrighty, you're going to have an IXL again, and I'm pretty sure the majority of them will be like these first two where it's already in slope-intercept form. You'll plot the B value point. You'll use another point to like count up and over or down and over, and then it'll graph for you. We're using a lot of IXL this week because it's easier to do the graphing than trying to draw them all out on your paper. So do an awesome job because your IXL scores the whole week are going to count as your quiz score for the week. So no specific quiz, just do awesome on all of them, and you have control over how high you score on the quiz. Have a great day.